Mtima Solwazi joins me, community activist, a man who's very outspoken, very much on the ground, and could bring not only the issues to the fore, but more so the solutions, because in real time, you know, you're having those conversations, you're seeing what needs to be adjusted, and there's some serious tweaking, you know. Obviously, yes, foundation starts with the family, and we look at school and all these institutions that's supposed to play its part, but I think the powers that be and the system, if there are certain avenues for the young people to express themselves and to express, to have the energy, you know, you could zone the energy in a particular direction, and I tell you, we could really see a difference. So I want to say thanks for being here. We're going to deal today with youth and crime, and also crime prevention and the academy that's being put in place for that. Welcome, Mtima.
Yes, thank you for inviting me.
You know, when we see, like I was talking to you about the front page and the fact that the officers were clearly, you know, not biting nice. We have seen where 4 people would have died in a hail of bullets in a gun battle with the police. I'm sure many of the fellas in that would have been young, 4 men that could have made a different decision in life, or could have gone a different direction. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to not have people suffer this kind of faith. Where do we start? And I know we would have mentioned the foundation with the family and with school and all that, but let's say that's questionable. Let's say that's not a good place. Let's say that's a place that's a bit, you know, some problems in that regard. How could we tap into the young people who still trying to find their way in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, again, good morning, and thank you for having me here. But I want to start back there, because thinking about this conversation today, I said, Mtima, where to start? And so I want to start with Proverbs 22:6. Raise a child, or train a child in the way that they should go, and when they grow older, they will not depart. And I want to also add now 31:17 from the Quran, in a chapter called Luqman. Luqman was not a prophet, but he was a wise person. So same wisdom like in Proverbs. And he said, in terms of your son, right? Establish prayer, enjoin what is right, forbid what is wrong, and have patience, right? So you're developing a sense of patience within prayer, enjoining right, forbidding wrong. And we need to start there, right? There's something definitely wrong, and I'm saying this guardedly, right? Because we cannot continue along this way, right? I want to also say, based on this statement, we are not a threat to humanity, right? And we zoning in on this statement. They say the black man, the black youth is a threat. Don't be a threat to society, or don't be a threat to others. I think we're a threat to ourselves, right? Look at this simple thing, and I'll show you a tie in. We had this young man that's still trying to figure out what is iShow speed. I know he's a young man, 21 years old, but what is the brand? I'm trying to figure out what that brand is. And look at the reception he got throughout the Caribbean. And then now we heard another streamer, or visiting Caribbean countries. But basically, a white woman from London saying, hey, that's racism. Or they didn't treat me like that. So, Jason, we cannot even celebrate ourselves. We celebrating ourselves with this young man, and somebody said, that is too much celebration for all your type, for all their kind. That is a burden on the average youth. We talk about the school. I was telling my wife over the weekend with this incident. This troubled me a lot, right? And it troubled a lot of us in the country. I say, we need to find out who these young men are. Not in terms of they're from Central, they this, they that, these African. Were they placed on extended suspension from school? Are they victims of violence in terms of the parents, siblings, close family relatives? Did they witness murder, violence within their space? Right? We need to take all these things into consideration, right? And also, we focus on one, and we love to use words like multi-sectorial, multi-discipline, multi-pronged approach, but we're not merging or marrying intervention with prevention. Some programs, they focus only on intervention, but we have to start with prevention also.
What's the Roots Foundation and people like yourself and your team doing to capture and to harness the young people's energy and that youthful exuberance to channel it in the right direction?
Right, so there's a proposal. I brought this for you to see. This is the national, I know you didn't see it, you haven't seen it since I got it, right?
What is the medal?
Yeah, Hummingbird Silver.
Okay, I never seen a medal, no, I've not seen what it look like.
No, now Jason, you hear what they said there? I visit schools. And when I go to a school, I make all the children hold that medal, feel that medal. Because the only time I saw and held that medal was when I got it. And I tell the children, this is not beyond you, right? This is not beyond you. But I want to start with this here in terms of, this was given to me last Republic Day, right? As a matter of fact, I'm the sole silver, Hummingbird Silver. They had gold, they had other bronze. I'm the only one for silver, right? This was given to me in the sphere of culture and the arts for the work I've been doing for the past 30 years, and Roots Foundation past 20 years. In 2024, we were leased a building in Tunapuna, the Tunapuna Old Post Office. It's just adjacent to the bus terminus, behind Palladium.
Yes, I know it.
The railway road to go into the market.
Yeah, I know it.
That building there, we were given that building to continue the work we are doing. And we have that building since 2024. We have been having challenges to get that project off the ground. We are creating Roots CAFETT, Creative Academy for Entertainment. This is not a challenge the education system, nor is it to challenge other programs like YTEP, CCC, Serval, MILAT. It's a complement because we are looking at a target age group 11 to 17.
That's the most vulnerable, you believe?
Oh, of course, Jay.
That 11 to 17 is where it could change.
Yeah, listen, Jay. We have a program called Abyssinia Journey of Change, challenging harmful, negative gender expressions. We started that program in secondary schools, targeting from 1 to 3. And the Form 1s tell us, sir, this problem is start here, you know. All they need to go to the primary schools. We ran a program in the primary schools with standard 5 students. And the principal and staff of the primary school said, you all need to start in standard 3. Because, Jay, these children, based on the communities they come from, based on the environment, based on the exposure, they're vulnerable, right? We label that group chins, children in need of supervision. But are we actually doing that? When you place our child in, you remember in our time, suspension was either 3 days, 5 days, 7, the most was 14 days.
Yeah. For a real serious infraction.
I'm not going to say it had to be real bad to get 14 days suspension.
Yeah. And it was embarrassing too. It wasn't a ranking thing. When they get suspended, it was
shame.
Yeah.
Now, on that it was a slip back then. It's a full page now, legal size. 2 columns. 7 days, you could take that, or extended suspension. How have we moved from 7? How have we moved from 3 days? So when you put that child on extended suspension, and there's no systems in place to facilitate that child when they're home.
Yeah, what they're doing in that 2 weeks.
So over the years, we have developed a concept called, because we don't have a school to prison pipeline like the US. We have a school to gangs pipeline. Because, Jay, when you send I spoke to a principal from a certain school in East Port of Spain, and he said, sir, all my boys who were suspended got killed. Of course. If they're not in the police youth club, so if you put in a child on extended suspension, I would hope you send them to programs like Serval, CCC, right? The police youth clubs are afternoon programs, so they could work with probably like the shorter suspension, 7 days, right? Send them to Roots CAFETT because we're catering for that cohort of young people.
You getting any assistance with this in terms of Because, I mean, for this to run, you will need resources.
Right.
How that working out?
So here what we have done so far. The Tunapuna Old Post Office, established in 1889.
Wow.
Right. So the first thing we did, we applied to the National Trust, and the building has been listed in the inventory of heritage assets.
Okay. Yes.
So any company in Trinidad and Tobago, a registered company, right, will get 150% tax allowance if they invest in cash, goods or services towards that building.
Mm-hmm. Understood. Understood.
We have made pleas, wrote to companies. We're not getting. I'm not sure. I don't know what's going on. That building is bordering 2 constituencies. It's actually in Tunapuna, but it's on the bus route.
Yes.
So you have St. Augustine.
St. Augustine, yeah. Across the bus route.
Oh, I mean,
Tunapuna.
Tunapuna. Right? We're trying to get meetings with the respective MPs. We're trying to meet with the Honorable Prime Minister. I would love to sit with her and say, Madam Prime Minister, this is our plan. Mm-hmm. Because I believe when she said, when our children rise, the nation rise. This is our program to help our children rise.
Yeah, and I know the East-West corridor would have had its challenges historically.
Yeah, and not only that too. You could be coming from wherever that, listen.
It's like a safe haven.
Oh yeah, I telling a parent came to see the building Saturday, I say, hey, you could drive, come up the highway, come across Page Road, J, drop your child. Children could come there easy on the bus route, on the Eastern Main Road.
From your interaction with the youngsters, what is it they really need the most? Is it a listening ear? Is it to be seen? Is it to be heard? Is it, I mean, obviously everybody wants to rise, and of course the younger generation wants it rather fast compared to when we were coming through the ranks. But what's the biggest concern when you speak to them in real time and you really you break it down to the source and to the core?
Well, you had mentioned, yes, they want to be seen, they want to be heard, but they want to be loved, right? They don't want to be judged. No, I was telling some people doing some research, and they asked me, what have I seen in schools? See what I have seen in schools. I'm not a traumatologist. You could talk to Johan, say, later in the week. But children are traumatized. Some cases, they come from homes, not all, they come from homes with violence in the home. So they're seeing, and I've been saying this, children are victims of domestic violence. Because when you've seen your mother being beaten, or probably father not being beaten, that affects you.
Yeah.
Right? Then you have violence in the community.
So it's
in the school.
So it's just a cycle.
Come now, man. Gee.
As we wrap things up, and we have to wrap things up now, how can folks, just to continue the conversation, how they could find you and contact you?
Right. So right now we're running a massive social media campaign on Facebook. Go to Roots Foundation TT. Right? Every day we posting 7 a.m., 1 p.m., 7 p.m. giving you information on the project, what we plan to roll out, how we plan to roll it out. We just need that financial support, boy, J-boy.
Well, Mtima, it's up there. Keep us in the loop. We will continue the conversation.
Yeah. And we want people like you, Jay.
No, I
hello. What Tabakit said? The most in the world, Jay.
Listen, Mtima, you have my support, man. Full support, as always. We'll touch base soon, man. Respect my brother.
Yeah, Jay.
Nobody else, man. You know, I want to continue with this conversation concerning the young people, and it's a beautiful transition from this discourse into Albert Marshall, who's coming forward for the Color Splash details. It's an anti-bullying campaign, and we're going to touch base with Albert after the break.